Hi, I'm Joe with Neoti. We're here at the Neoti Tech Center, and today we're going to talk about the amazing level of adjustability you have with direct view LED with regards to image quality and color adjustment. Now with things like a TV, you have some global adjustments like contrast and brightness, sharpness and hue, which is great, and we have the same thing with direct view LED, right? But we also have some super fine adjusting that we can do to really dial in the professional image that you're looking for. So let's go over what we can do. So you can take something like color temperature and just do a global adjustment. You can warm it up, which means bringing the number down, which brings in a lot more reds and kind of warms up that picture. Or you can cool it off by bringing the number up. And it really takes some of the reds out and brings the blues to the forefront. It makes the image a little bit more cool. Or you can do things like gamma, which is gonna, adjust your highlights on your screen and really bring up or down the grays and the mids. By going low and high, you can see the detail level and some of the highlights get sharper and brighter. And from there, we can do other things like go into the advanced color configuration. If we go into color adjustment, we can do hue, which is also, kind of like a tint adjustment. So like when I bring it down, things are more yellow and green. And when I bring hue up, things are going to be more pink and purple, right? And so if we use hue a lot for like flesh tones in like a news studio or something like where there's going to be talent in front. You kind of want to make a little tiny hue adjustment generally. Contrast is exactly what you think contrast is. You could make it look, darker and more gritty, or you could make it look a little bit more shallow but washed out. And saturation, I can pull saturation all the way out and the image becomes black and white. Or I can put saturation all the way in and the image really pops on that color way too much. But you have 100 steps of adjustment on saturation. You have, 100 steps of adjustment on contrast. You have, 300 steps plus steps of adjustment on hue. Now those are pretty standard global adjustments, and you're going to want to change those global adjustments when you first get your screen in. So out of the box, the screen gets installed, you turn it on, boom, it looks great, everybody's happy, like, wow, this is crazy, this screen looks great in this space. But then as you start watching content on it, you realize that maybe like flesh tones or something just aren't quite exactly where you want them to be. They might be close, but not exactly where you want them to be. You want to start with those global adjustments, right? Maybe some color temperature is usually the biggest one, maybe some gamma, just to get it where you want it. But say you're getting it super close, but you can't get it quite there. Let's look at what we can do. In this software, it's the factory setting tab, and you have RGB brightness. You have an RGB brightness adjuster with sliders where I can take out individual steps of red, green, or blue. And this is where you can really dial it in the way you want it. So I have 255 steps of red that I could start taking out. So I've got it real close with my global adjustments and say there's just a touch too much red in the flesh, or maybe in this picture here, maybe there's just a touch too much red in the corn. I can start sliding that down and maybe bring in a little bit of green, and it'll get right there where you want it to be just by making these tiny little adjustments. So when you're really trying to dial in your picture, that's kind of the last detail you would want to change, is this individual steps of red, green, and blue RGB brightness calibration section. So I hope this was helpful in understanding just what kind of detail and level of ability you have to adjust direct view LED to really get that professional image that you're looking for. If you have any more questions, just give us a call. You can visit our website at neoti.com.